Hello there, YouTube hunters. I just returned yesterday from the Canadian Haunted Attraction Conference, which happened in Hamilton, Ontario. And I picked up a few things, so I figured I'd show you what those were. I just got some pumpkin teeth. I like to use these. I've never used them in pumpkins. I've used them in props a couple of times for some skulls that I had on sticks around the yard. Fortunately, I don't have any pictures of that, but I find the smaller teeth are helpful to just stick into props really quickly, like Alan Hops has done in the past. I picked up some Perma Blood, which I'm sure all of you have used before, or many of you have. I never have, but I've been told over and over again how it's the best fake blood that there is. I mean, it always looks like it's wet and fresh blood. You can even wash it and it comes back out of the wash still looking good, apparently, from what I've heard. So I got that from Victoria Wolf from creepedout.ca. They had a booth there, and so I picked some Perma Blood up. Then I got a couple of things from the Hotwire foam factory. They had a booth there. As I mentioned in my first skull tutorial, one of my original Hotwire tools stopped working on me. And I mentioned that to the lady from Hotwire, and she just gave me a new one, no questions asked. So that was really nice. That's the second time I've encountered excellent customer service from Hotwire. So, you know, they're obviously a great vendor. I was very tempted to buy one of their freeform router tools, but next on the list, I got some Airbrush Paint for 35 bucks from a hobby store that had a booth there. I used Airbrush Paint. Airbrush Paint is quite expensive, and I used quite a bit of it last year. In fact, I used up almost everything I had, and I was getting a little tired of constantly mixing colors that worked for you know, haunted house applications. This kit, I don't know how much of that color you can see, sort of comes sort of pre-mixed into monster useful colors like the greens and the browns and the, you know, various shades of grossness. The other thing I got from Hotwire Foam Factory was this product called Bounce. Hotwire has a powdered coating that you mix with water and you apply to your foam sculptures, and it gives it a hard skin. But what Bounce is, you use this instead of the water in the foam coat powder, and you create sort of more a rubbery skin on your piece, which I wanted because I want to make some weapon handles out of foam this year for these large weapons I'm thinking of making. And then finally, the product I'm most interested in was this thing I also got from Victoria Wolf from creepedout.ca, was this product called Brutal Rust, and I got the sample size for 25 bucks. You can get a big gallon of it for like 200 or something. But this is the paint, and this is the activator. And I haven't done my research on it yet, but if it works the way that, like, you know, I've seen in the Bitty Mold Supply videos, the way that iron oxide paints work is that I imagine there are iron particles in this paint, and then as you apply this kind of patina to it, it instantly rusts that paint. So you can get this brilliant rust effect on, like, say you want to make PVC pipes or something like that. You can get a really authentic looking rust coat, at least according to the documentation that they included. I don't know how well you can see these pictures, but Brutal Rust, go to brutalrust.com if you want to look it up. I can't wait to try this stuff out. But I thought that was a pretty handy pickup. I want to do some PVC kind of pipes and stuff in one of the hallways this year to vary it up, to make it look like an old boiler room or something like that. So that was my haul. It was, you know, it was a very small conference, but it was nice to get out of town and do a little Halloweening, and that was my pickup. Didn't want to buy too much because there's always opportunities to spend money on haunt stuff, and I figured I'd limit it this time. But thanks so much for checking it out, and happy haunting.